Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Pavan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisance for all glory to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept mine, Prabhuji. How are you?
Not bad Mataji, just trying to find strength.
So you're reading
Fine.
the English today.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
Very good, very good, very good. In about 5 minutes' time, I will make the announcement, and
Mm-hmm.
I will then invite you to read. But I
Mm-hmm.
will the Mataji who is reading the Sanskrit, she will start first, and then you follow her. Okay, after that.
Sure, Mataji. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. You want to
Hare
join me in the
Krishna.
kirtan? You want to do some kirtan?
Sure, Mataji. Yeah.
Yeah, you can start, Prabhu. I'll follow you.
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari
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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari
Yashodanandana Braja Jananandana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Naranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari
Jaya
What happened?
Yashodanandana
What happened?
Braja
Who
Janaranjana
did?
Jaya
Where are they?
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Jamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Jamuna Tira Vanachari
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Jai. Thank you
Thank you so
very
much,
much,
Mataji, for
Prabhuji.
giving this
Thank you.
opportunity. Sorry for the mistake. Very good.
No, it's okay. You sang very well. Thank you very much. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I'm Sriji Kishori Devi Dasi. Welcome to our chat session for this glorious Friday evening. I hope you all are keeping well. So, we have the reciters for this evening are in Sanskrit, Anuradha Achyuta Priya Mataji. She'll be reciting in Sanskrit, and Pavan Prabhu, whom you just heard singing the nice bhajan, he'll be reading in English. They will be reading from Canto 3, Chapter 32, verses 1 to 15. And later on, Amogha Prabhu ji will be our facilitator. He will be discussing verses 6 to 8. So, can I invite Anuradha Achyuta Priya Mataji to please start with the invocation before reading the Sanskrit verses. Are you ready, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna to every
Hare Krishna.
obeisances. Glories to Srila Prabhupada. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलां श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी विश्वानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Reading from Canto 3 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Chapter 32, chapter entitled Entanglement in Fruitive Activities, Shloka number 1. कपिल उवाच अथ योगृह मेधियान् धर्मानेवावसन् गृहे कामम् अर्थं च धर्मान् स्वान् दोग्धिभूया पिपर्तितान्.
Translation, correction. The personality of Godhead said, the person who lives in the center of household life derives material benefits by performing religious rituals, and thereby he fulfills his desires for economic development and sense gratification. Again and again, he acts the same way.
Text 2. स चापि भगवद्धर्मात् काममूढः परान्मुखः यजते क्रतुभिर्देवान् पितॄंश्च श्रद्धयान्वितः.
Translation. Such persons are ever bereft of devotional service due to being too attached to sense gratification, and therefore, although they perform various kinds of sacrifices and take great vows to satisfy the demigods and forefathers, they are not interested in Krishna consciousness, devotional service.
प्रच्छद्दयाक्रान्तमतिः पितृदेवव्रतः पुमान् गत्वा चन्द्रामसं लोकं सोमपापुनरिष्यति.
Translation. Such materialistic persons, attracted by sense gratification and devoted to the forefathers and demigods, can be elevated to the moon, where they drink an extract of the Soma plant. They again return to this planet.
Text 4 यदा चाहिन्दशय्यायां शेते अनन्तासनो हरिः तदा लोकालयं यान्ति त एते गृहमेधिनाम्.
Translation. All the planets of the materialistic persons, including all the heavenly planets, such as the moon, are vanquished when the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, goes to his bed of serpents, which is known as Anantashesha.
ये स्वधर्मान् द्विह्यन्ति धीरा कामार्थहेतवे निसङ्गान्यास्तकर्माणः प्रशान्ता शुद्धचेतसः.
Translation. Those who are intelligent and are of purified consciousness are completely satisfied in Krishna consciousness. Freed from the modes of material nature, they do not act for sense gratification. Rather, since they are situated in their own occupational duties, they act as one is expected to act.
निवृत्तधर्मरता निर्ममा निरहङ्कृतः स्वधर्माप्तेन सत्त्वेन परिशुद्धेन चेतसा.
Translation. By executing one's occupational duties, acting with detachment and without a sense of proprietorship or false egoism, one is posted in one's constitutional position by dint of complete purification of consciousness, and by thus executing so called material duties, he can easily enter into the kingdom of God.
सूर्यद्वारेण ते यान्ति पुरुषं विश्वतो मुखं परावरेषां प्रकृतिम् अस्योत्पत्त्यन्तभावनम्.
Translation. Through the path of illumination, such liberated persons approach the complete personality of Godhead, who is the proprietor of the material and spiritual worlds, and is the supreme cause of their manifestation and dissolution.
द्विपारार्धवसाने यः प्रलयो ब्रह्मणस्तु ते तावदध्यासते लोकं परस्य परचिन्तका.
Translation. Worshippers of the Hiranyagarbha expansion of the personality of Godhead remain within this material world until the end of two parartas, when Lord Brahma also dies.
Text 9 क्षमाम्भुनलानीलवियन्मन इन्द्रियार्थ भूतादिभिः परिवृतं प्रतिसाञ्जिहीर्षुः अव्याकृतं विशति याहि गुणत्रयात्मा कालं पराख्यमनुभूय परस्वयंभुः.
Translation. After experiencing the inhabitable time of the three modes of material nature, known as the Pararthas, Lord Brahma closes the material universe, which is covered by layers of earth, water, air, fire, ether, mind, ego, etc., and goes back to Godhead.
एवं परेत्य भगवन्तमनुप्रविष्टा ये योगिनो जितमरुन्मनसो विरागः तेनैव साकम् अमृतं पुरुषं पुराणं ब्रह्म प्रधानम् उपयन्ति अगाधभीमानः.
Translation. The yogis who became detached from the material world by practice of breathing exercises and control of the mind reach the planet of Brahma, which is far, far away. After giving up their bodies, they enter into the body of Lord Brahma, and therefore, when Brahma is liberated and goes to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the Supreme Brahman, such yogis can also enter into the kingdom of God.
अथ तं सर्वभूतानां हृत्पद्मेषु कृतालयं श्रुतानुभावं शरणं व्रजभावेन भामिनी.
Translation. Therefore, my dear mother, by devotional service, take direct shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is seated in everyone's heart.
आद्यः स्थिरचरणां यो वेदगर्भसहर्षिभिः योगेश्वरै कुमाराद्यै सिद्धैर्योगप्रवर्तकै भेददृष्ट्याभिमानेन निसङ्गेनापि कर्मणा कर्तृत्वा सगुणं ब्रह्म पुरुषं पुरुषार्षभां स संस्मृत्य पुनः काले कालेनेश्वरमूर्तिना जाते गुणव्यतिकारे यथा पूर्वं प्रजायते ऐश्वर्यं पारमेष्ठ्यं च ते अपि धर्मविनिर्मितं निसेव्य पुनरायन्ति गुणव्यतिकरे सति. Prabhuji, translation.
Translation. My dear mother, someone may worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead with a special self interest, but even demigods such as Lord Brahma, great sages such as Sanat Kumara, and great munis such as Marichi have to come back to the material world again at the time of creation. When the interaction of the three modes of material nature begins, Brahma, who is the creator of this cosmic manifestation and who is full of Vedic knowledge, and the great sages, who are the authors of the spiritual path and the yoga system, come back under the influence of the time factor. They are liberated by their non-fruitive activities and attain the first incarnation of Purusha. But at the time of creation, they come back in exactly the same forms and positions they previously had.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you so much, Mataji and Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you
Hare
so
Krishna.
much for the beautiful recitations. Very nicely recited, both Mataji and Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So we now welcome Amogha Das Prabhuji to join us. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Salto Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept mine, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for joining us. Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much. Very beautiful recitations, and thank you everyone for kindly joining this evening. Okay, to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so before we enter into Srimad Bhagavatam, we shall offer Mangalacharan prayers to all our Acharyas, Vaishnavas, Gurus, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Radha and Krishna. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांशं श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांशम्। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिविकासस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। शृणुतां स्वकथाः कृष्णः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृद्यन्तस्त्वह्यभद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृसतां नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। एते चांशकलाः पुंसः कृष्णस्तु भगवान् स्वयम् इन्द्रादिव्याकुलं लोकं मृडयन्ति युगे युगे। इदं भागवतं नाम पुराणं ब्रह्मसंहितम् उत्तमश्लोकचरितं चकार भगवान् ऋषिः निःश्रेयसाय लोकधन्यं स्वस्तये नमः। कृष्णे स्वदामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह खलु न शुश्रूषामेषा पुराणार्कोऽधुनोदितः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रये। अथ विश्वेश विश्वात्मन् विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे स्नेहपाशम् इमं चिन्तिदृढं पाणुषु विष्णुषु त्वयि मेनन्यविषयमधुरमधुपति अस्य पुरतिमुद्वाह तदर्ध गङ्गेवगुमुदन्वति। श्रीकृष्ण कृष्ण सख विष्णुर्षभावनिधृग्राजन्यवंशिदहनानपवर्गवीर्य गोविन्द गोद्विजसुरात्यहरावतार योगेश्वर अखिल गुरो भगवन् नमस्ते। योगेश्वर अखिल गुरो भगवन् नमस्ते। योगेश्वर अखिल गुरो भगवन् नमस्ते। तुलयामलवेनापि न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं भगवत्सङ्गे सङ्गस्य मत्याणां किमुताशिषः पुनश्च भूयात् भगवत्यनन्ते रतिः प्रसङ्गः तदाश्रयेषु महस्त्वयां यामुपयामि सृष्टिं मैत्रस्य सर्वत्र नमो द्विजेभ्यः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरं श्रीचैतन्यप्रभुं वन्दे बालोऽपि यदनुग्रहात् तरेन्नानमतग्राहव्याप्तं सिद्धान्तसागरं श्रीचैतन्यप्रभुं वन्दे यत्पादाश्रियविरितः सङ्गृह्णाति आकरव्रातात् अज्ञः सिद्धान्तसन्मनीम्। ॐ नमो भगवते राधा गोविन्दाय नमः। Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for kindly waiting. I shall share my screen. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So third canto, 32 chapter. It is the Karma Bandhanam. Karma Bandhanam. So Kapila Bhagavan describing how a living entity stuck up within the fruitive activities while he is living in this material world. So, and then he says, gradually one has to carry out his duties and come to Krishna's consciousness and go back to Godhead. Okay, so in the just a recap of the last two shlokas. Today we are covering 6, 7, and 8. So just giving a recap for the 4th and 5th shlokas. So at the planets, all the planets of the materialistic persons, including all the heavenly planets such as moon, or vanquished when the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari goes to his bed of serpents, which is known as Anantashesha. And then after that, next shloka is like those who are intelligent and are purified consciousness are completely satisfied in Krishna consciousness, freed from the modes of material nature. They do not act for sense gratification. Rather, since they are situated in their own occupational duties, they act as one is expected to act. That means this is ये स्वधर्मा न दुह्यन्ति धीराः कामार्थहेतवे निस्तङ्गनिस्तकर्माणः प्रशान्तः शुद्धचेतसः प्रशान्तः शुद्धचेतसः. The purified consciousness, they simply carry out their duties as a matter of duty without any attachment to the results of the fruitive activities. Okay, so after that, in such a way, gradually one would be freed himself from the entanglement. All the so tenek janma shamalam sahasaiva hitva samyantyapavrutamrutam tamajam prapadhye. So many lifetimes the living entities acquire the sinful activities. Not all living entities, only human life only acquire, but all other living entities like non-human being living entities, they do not acquire sins. They are only going to experiencing those results of their sinful activities while they were in the human life. Now, here Kapil Bhagavan says one has to gradually free from the interest of the fruitive activities without any ego, just carrying out their duties in such a way, completely purified consciousness, which is called Vasudeva Sthiti. This is Shantam Bhagavataha Padam. Yada hi Vasudevakyam Chittam Tad Mahadatmakam, which is the pure soul. Shantam Bhagavataha Padam. Yet, this is Yattat Sattvam, is a purified Swachatvam. Yattat Sattvam Swachatvam Shantam Bhagavataha Padam. Yadahu Vasudevakyam. The purified consciousness is called Vasudeva. Okay, in such a way, Parishuddhena, completely purified. So this is the Kapil Bhagavan is saying in the total verse number 6. We shall recite and then go to the translation and purport. Nivritti dharma nirata nirmama nirahankritaha swadharmaptena sattvena parishuddhena chetasa. Nivritti dharma nirata. Nivritti dharma, in religious activities for detachment. So there are two dharmas. One is the pravritti dharma and another one is the nivritti dharma. So here Kapil Bhagavan is saying, suggesting nivritti dharma nirata, nirmama nirahankritaha. Nirmama, so without sense of proprietorship. Mama means aham mama. Aham mama, it is mine and everything belongs to me. My name, my head, my leg, and this is my house. These are all aham mama. And nirmama means without a sense of proprietorship. So following nivritti dharma nirata, constantly engaged, and nirmama nirhankritaha, without false egoism. Ahankritam. Ahankrita. Aham is means identifying oneself with what? If it is the body, it is false ego. If identification as a spirit soul and body as a simple tool for him, for temporary tool, then it is called egoness in goodness or transcendental situation, identifying himself as a spirit soul. Ahankritam. So here, nirahankritam, without false egoism. And then swadharma aptena, swadharma by one's own occupational duties, aptena executed, and sattvena by goodness, parishuddhena completely purified, chetasa by consciousness. Okay, it is Kapil Bhagavan saying it is one has to carry out their duties without sense proprietorship, without false ego, and is gradually in detachment way, by carrying out their one's own occupational duties, purify his consciousness. Nivritti dharma nirata nirmama nirhankritaha swadharmaptena satvena parishuddhena chetasam. By executing one's occupational duties, acting with detachment and without a sense of proprietorship or false egoism, one is posted in one's constitutional position by dint of complete purification of consciousness. And by thus executing so-called material duties, he can easily enter into the kingdom of God. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, can I request any devotees to read the purport, please?
May I, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Thank you. Purport. Here the word Nivriti Dharma Nirataha means constantly engaging in executing religious activities for detachment. There are two kinds of religious performances. One is called Pravritti Dharma, which means the religious activities performed by the Grahamedis for elevation to higher planets or for economic prosperity, the final aim of which is sense gratification. Every one of us who has come to this material world has the sense of overlordship. This is called pravriti, but the opposite type of religious performance, which is called nivriti, is to act for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Engaged in devotional service in Krishna consciousness, one has no proprietorship claim, nor is one situated in the false egoism of thinking that he is God or the master. He always thinks himself the servant. That is the process of purifying consciousness. With pure consciousness, only can one enter into the kingdom of God. Materialistic persons, in their elevated condition, can enter any one of the planets within this material world, but all are subjected to disillusion over and over again. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Mataji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So here, so people generally Swabhava Guna Margena. Swabhava is the nature. So the one part is called the Pravritti Marga, where people they accumulated so many of comforts for their happiness. Yam yam madhumupadatte dukkena sukha hetave tam tam dhunoti bhagwan puman sochati yat krite. But that pravritti, accumulating the all comforts, it will keep on going because it is like a when the fire is blazing, and if you are putting a ghee, and then it will go keep on going and increasing, and it will never decrease. Likewise, the desires, it will keep on increasing. In the pravritti dharma, if there is no end for it, one keep on. But however, if one has realized that there is no end for it, keeps on going, and then he has to come to the other path. Another path is the nivritti dharma. So nivritti dharma niritaha. And nirita is like constantly engaging in executing duties, religious activities for detachment. Enough. This is sufficient. I have enjoyed enough. So in such a way, whenever one says that enough is enough, then this detachment starts. So this is two parts. One is called pravrit dharma, which means religious activities performed by grahamedis. So grahamedis means for elevation to the higher planets or economic prosperity. But they did not see the reality of it, reality of the Atma Tattvam. They are called Gruhamedis. So Prabhupada said there are two people. One is Gruhamedi, another one is Gruhastha. Gruhastha means who is in the Varnashrama Dharma, gradually elevating himself onto the spiritual platform. That is Gruhastha. And Gruhamedi is who is engaging in the economic Dharma, Artha, Kama, like that. There Srota Vihadini Rajendra Drunam Santi Sahasrashaha Apasitam Atma Tattvam Gruheshu Gruhamedina. So they will always engaging in the thousands of topics. Srota Vihadini Rajendra Drunam Santi Sahasrashaha, thousands of topics. But they cannot see Apasitam Atma Tattvam. They cannot see the Atma Tattvam. So, but that is, it is always there, covered by so many of Kama Yesha, Krodha Yesha, Rajoguna Samudbhava. They are all, Kama is, the lust is covered by so many layers. So thinking the one is settled body, and then gross body, and then family relationships, Gruha Kshetra Vasunicha, Atmajaya Sadakara, Pasudravina Bandhushu. So with so much of paraphernalia and keep on those desires are covering the actual spirit soul. But that's why they cannot apasitam atmatattvam. They cannot see the actual consciousness position of a spirit soul. And they are always engaging in the in their own way what is called dharma adha kama. But moksha, it comes once if they are satiated, then they will go to the moksha. Okay, that is mostly they fall into Gruhamedi section. So the final aim of which is sense gratification. And every one of us who has come to this material world has the sense of overlordship. Sense of this is Amayo Yasha Bhutanam Jayate Yena Suvrata Jayate. This is like a kind of sense of proprietorship, overlordship or proprietorship. It is kind of a disease. Whenever a diseased person, all the thieves and criminals are put up into the prisons. Likewise, living entities who are wanted to have sense gratification, they are sent to this material world and giving a proper body based on their consciousness. Okay, so they wanted to enjoy. So that is sense of overlordship. This is called pravritti. So pravritti means I wanted to enjoy. I wanted to become happy with what I have got, material body. But in this material world, whatever the body is giving pleasure, whenever in not Krishna consciousness, whatever the body it is trying to give pleasure through the different senses, the same thing, it will give distress after certain time. At that time, it will be one will be frustrated. Because body works very for short time only properly. After that, it is idam shariram parinama peshlam Patithyavasyam Slatasandhi Jarjaram. And it is abode of all kinds of diseases. Slatasandhi Jarjaram. Kim Aushadhi Klishasi Modadharmate. Niramayam Krishna Rasayanam Pibha. So there is no medicine for this one. Your body keep on transforming. The transformations keep on going on. It is all the time. Okay, so but the opposite type of religious performance, which is called nivritti, is to act for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is Savai Nivritti Dharmena Vasudevanukampaya Bhagavad Bhakti Yogena Tirodhatte Seneriha. Gradually just relieve oneself from the all materialistic activities and free himself, and then take to the path of Supreme Personality or devotional service. So this is called the Nivritti Dharma. Savai Nivritti Dharmena Vasudeva Anukampaya Bhagavad Bhakti Yogena Tirodhatte. Tirodhatte means enough is enough. Now I'll go back to home. A person who has got to that realization is Dhautatma Purushaha Krishna Pada Moolam Namunchati. He is called Dhautatma. He will never ever leave the lotus feet of the Lord. Namunchati. Mukta Sarup Parikleshaha Pantaha Swasaranam Yata. Now he has gone through so much of troubles in this material world. Mukta Sarup Parikleshaha. Now he is really so after going through so many of those things, he has come to the lotus feet of the Lord, and now he feels relaxed. That is like he has come to his own home. Mukta Sarup Pantaha Swasaranam Yata. Swasaranam is his own home. Pantaha is like a traveler who is now satiated with enough is enough. Now he has come. He is now completely satisfied. This is called that Dhautatma Purusha Krishna Padamulam Namunchati. By what? Bhagavad Bhakti Yogena. This is Savai Nivritti Dharmena Vasudeva Anukampaya. Vasudeva Anukampaya. And then Bhagavad Bhakti Yogena Tirodhate. Gradually he will go back to the lotus feet of the Lord. Again to the spiritual world. Being engaged in the devotional service in Krishna consciousness, one has no proprietorship claim, nor is one situated in the false egoism of thinking that he is God or the master. he is always a brucha. If he has got he wanted to master over the nature, but he will be entangled here. He will be sent back. But it is only his thinking, but he cannot become a master here, because everything by any activity he is experiencing pain self-pleasures by his past payas or those fruitive activities. Yajjad bhavyam bhavata bhagavan purva karma anurupam, by their previous activities. And but even though he is experiencing, but actually material nature is working. There he says, प्रकृतेः कर्माणि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढ़ात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते. Even that one is also, the nature is working. It is not he is working. He is not the proprietor, but nature is arranging based on his previous activities, previous fruitive activities. But he thinks, if he thinks like that, that is false ego. He always thinks himself as the servant. He always thinks himself as servant. This is about a devotee. That is the process of purifying consciousness. A devotee, he will never ever climb. He is always Trunadapi Sudijena, Tarorapi Sahishnuna, Amanena Manadena, Kirtaniyaha, Sadaharihi. He simply carry out his duties. That is process of purifying. This is Swadharmaptena, Satvena. With pure consciousness only, one can enter into the kingdom of God. This is Shuddhaha, Samdushaha, Shantaha, Sarvabhutanuranjanaha, Yanti Anjasa Achyuta Padam, Achyuta Priya Bhandavaha. So this is Shuddhaha, very purified consciousness. Samudrushaha, with equal vision. Shantaha, peaceful. Sarvabhutanuranjanaha, giving pleasure to all other living entities. He does not disturb any other living entity. This is Sarvabhutanuranjanaha. All living entities will feel happy when they are nearer to the devotee. So in such a way, Yanti Anjasa Achyuta Padam, they will go easily to the Achyuta Padam, the abode of the Achyuta. They are Achyuta Priya Bhandavaha, very near relatives of the Lord. Priya Bhandavaha, dear devotees of the Lord. Okay, so, and in their elevated position can enter any one of the planets within, but materialistic persons in their elevated condition can enter any one of the planets within this material world, but all are subjected to dissolution over and over again. This is Tetam bhuktva swargalokum vishanti, and bhutva praliyate. Kshine punye matchalokum vishanti. As soon as pious spirits run over, they'll come back to this material world again. It is just like a snakes and ladders. But Muni says that one who is intelligent, he does not take to these materialistic activities, fruitive. He will take to the devotional path. This is Tasyeva hetoho prahiteto kovido na labhyate yad brahmatam uparyadaha, going up and down. Yad brahmatam uparyadaha. Tallabhyate dukvad anyataha sukam kalena sarvatra gabhiram hasa. It is available, such kind of happiness is available for all living entities in this world. But a person would try for this is devotional service, which is not easily available for everyone. This is Brahmande Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jiva, Guru Krishna Krupaya Paya Bhakti Lata Bija. Okay, likewise, Narad Muni suggests. So one has here Kapil Bhagavan also mentions that one. Swadharmaptena satvena parishuddhena chetasa. Okay, that is this shloka. So Nivuriti dharma nirata nirmama nirhankritaha. Swadharmaptena satvena parishuddhena chetasa. Okay, we shall move to the next shloka. Just like one of the Yudhishthira, though he has got all kinds of opulences. This is Nispruhaha Sarvakamebhyaha. Nispruhaha Sarvakamebhyaha. There it is. Apipala Dharmarajaha Pitravad Ranjayan Prajaha. Api There, Nispruhaha Sarvakamebhya Krishna Padanu always engaging in the devotional service, remembering the Lord, carrying out his duties. And in another place, it is about the Swayambhu Manu. It is mentioned that he is so expert. Nishnatam Yoga Mayasu, Munim Swayambhu Manum, Yed Abramshitam Bhogaha, Nasekuhu Bhagavat Param. Though he is enjoying all kinds of opulences, he has never fallen down because of Krishna consciousness. Got all kingdom, all wife and children. This is called Nishnatam Yoga Mayas. One is expert in the devotional service, always remembering the Lord. But Sabaryaha, Saprajaha, Kaman, Bubuje, Anya, Avirodataha, Sangemanasa Satkitihi. There it is mentioned every day morning. Prativusheshu Anubadena, Hrudashrinvan Harehe Kataha. Every day morning hearing Kata. Hrudashrinvan Harehe Kataha. Along with the wife and children. So that's why he is very expert. Nishnatum Yoga Mayasu. Okay, so that is about carrying one's duties perfectly in Krishna consciousness with purified consciousness. Okay, with the next shloka here, Kapil Bhagavan saying that so once he is liberated, once he is completely free from the materialistic activities, and if one is worshipping the Lord, let us go and see this shloka. So through the path of illumination, such liberated persons approach the complete personality of Godhead, who is the proprietor of the material and spiritual worlds and the supreme cause of their manifestation and dissolution. This is through the path of illumination, Surya Dvarena. Kapila Bhagavan, Surya Dvarena te yanti purusham vishvato mukam paravresham prakritim astyotpatti antabhavanam. Surya Dvarena te yanti, through the path of illumination, Surya Dvarena, and te, those devotees or who are purified consciousness, yanti, they approach purusham vishvato mukam, the personality of Godhead, whose face is turned everywhere. Whose face is turned everywhere. Lord has Sahasra Sisha Purushaha Sahasrakshaha Sahasrapad. He has got so many. Sarvataha Sudhi Malloke. Where Sarvataha Sudhi Malloke, there it is mentioned like all his legs and hands and his faces everywhere. Sarvam Avrutyat Tishtati. Sarvataha Sudhi Malloke. Sarvam Avrutyat Tishtati. The Lord is situated everywhere. So whose face is turned everywhere. Vishwataha Mukam. Paravaresham, Para, Avara, Isham, the proprietor of the spiritual. Para is the spiritual, Avara is the and material, both worlds, the Lord of both spiritual and material worlds. And Prakritim, the material cause, Asya of this world, Prakritim, Asyotpatti, Utpatti of manifestation, Antabhavanam, and of dissolution, Bhavanam, the cause, who is source of material and spiritual worlds, who. So through the path of illumination, such liberated persons approach the complete personality of Godhead, who is the proprietor of the material and spiritual worlds, and is the supreme cause of their manifestation and dissolution. Okay, purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request other devotee to read the purport, please?
Do you mind if I read it?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Okay, Hare Krishna. The word Surya Dravena means by the illuminated path or through the sun planet. The illuminated path is devotional service. It is advised in the Vedas that to pass through the darkness, but to pass through the sun planet. It is also recommended here that by traversing illuminated path, one can be freed from the contamination of the material modes of nature. By that path, one can enter into kingdom where the completely perfect personality of Godhead resides. The words Purusham Vishwatomukham means the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is all perfect. All living entities other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead are very small, although they may be big by your calculation. Everyone is infinitesimal, and therefore in the Vedas, the Supreme Lord is called the Supreme, eternal amongst all eternals. He is the proprietor of the material and spiritual worlds and the supreme cause of manifestation. Material nature is only the ingredient because actually the manifestation is caused by his energy. The material energy is also his energy, just as the combination of father and mother is the cause of childbirth. So the combination of material energy and the glance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the cause of the manifestation of the material world. The efficient cause is therefore not matter, but the Lord Himself. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhupada.
Mataji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so here in the purport it is mentioned Surya Dvarena, by the illuminated path. Krishna mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita in the 8th chapter, Bhagavad Prapti, if one leaves the body during the fire or daytime or in the Uttarayana, Agni Jyoti Aha Suklaha Shanmasa Uttarayanam. In those Uttarayana period, where I think the Yogina Chandana Mrityo Vanchitastu Uttarayanaha. Generally, devotees are who understands that if they are going in this path, Sukla Paksham or Uttarayana time during the fire, so that's why many people, the cremations takes place by the fire as well. They say that it is a bit more auspicious. The Agni Jyoti Aha Suklaha. Aha is the daytime. And Shanmasa Uttarayanam Tat Prayata Gachanti Brahma Vido Janaha. Brahma Vido Janaha. So who understands? Again, when Bhishma Deva was leaving his body there, Sutta Goswami Yo Yogina Chandana Mrityo Vanchitastu Uttarayanaha. Vanchitastu Uttarayanaha. They always decide to leave their body in the Uttarayana period. So here, when the path is the Surya Dvarena, by the illuminated path through the sun planet, that is also sun planet receives the energy from the Brahma Jyoti. Yat Chakshureta Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta Surumurti Rasheshi Tejaha Yasyadhya Brahmati Sambrita Kala Chakro Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So he rotates in his the orbit without deviation by Yasyadhya, by the order of the Supreme Lord. So if who are going to the spiritual world, it is mentioned through the sun planet. Through the sun planet. The illuminated path is a devotional service. It is advised in the Vedas not to pass through the darkness, but to pass through the sun planet. To pass through the sun planet. Again, whoever lives in the Krishna Paksham in the night time or Dakshinaya time, they will come back to this material world again. So again, Krishna says that one in the Bhagavad Gita. And it is also recommended here that by traversing the illuminated path, one can be freed from the contamination of the material modes of nature. So this is that is illuminated path. When one is equipped with all the knowledge by Jnana Vijnana Yogena Karmanam Buddharanjataha, free from all kinds of materialistic activities by Jnana and Vijnana. scientifically realizing. So by that path, one can enter into the kingdom where the completely perfect personality of Godhead resides. Okay, so that is the path. Suryadvarena yan. And then further, the words Purusham Vishwato Mukham. Here that means the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is all perfect. He is all pervading, all perfect. Vishwato Mukham. All living entities other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead are very small. They're all Anu, whereas the Lord is the Supreme. Although they may be big by our calculation, everyone is infinitesimal, and therefore in the Vedas, the Supreme Lord is called the Supreme Eternal amongst all eternals. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. Eternal amongst all eternals. Chetanas Chetananam. Out of all conscious living entities, Krishna is the supremely consciousness. So he is Vibhut. Tam Suri Vihitatta Bhuvutsayadha Sada Abhivadarhana Padapitam Aishwarya Vairagya Yesho Avbodha Virya Shriya Purtam Aham Prapadhye. Kadma Prajapati, he offers his praise to Kapil Bhagavan. So there, Tam Suri Vihitatta Bhuvutsaya Adha Sada Abhivadarhana Padapitam. Lotus feet of the Lord is always to be worshipped, and who is with full of Aishwarya Vairagya Yasho Avbodha Virya Shriya Purtam Aham Prapadye. Onto that personality of Godhead with all six opulences in full, I am offering my obeisances. Aham Prapadye, not for any other. Otherwise, living entity is Animanam. It is very small, minute particle. Tada Purushatmanam Kevalam Prakritehe Param. Nirantaram Swayam Jyotihi Adimanam Akanditam. Even the living entity belongs to the spiritual world. It is very minute. But it is Nirantaram Swayam Jyotihi. It is always active. There is no death for the spirit soul. It is always Nirantaram Swayam Jyotihi, but it is Animanam, very small, Akanditam, without any cessation. That is the nature of spirit soul. Supreme Lord is full in opulences, he is inconceivable, whereas the living entity is infinitesimal. Lord is infinite, living entity is infinitesimal. Okay, so and here the Lord, he is the proprietor of the material and spiritual worlds and the supreme cause of manifestation. When referring to Yeshwaraha Paramaha Krishna Sat Chitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govindaha Sarvakarana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. And from him, this material Aham Sarvasya Prabhavaha Mattaha Sarvam Pravartate Iti Matva Bhajante Mam Bhuda Bhava Samanvitaha. All spiritual and material worlds are manifested from Krishna only. Krishna says that everything comes from Krishna, but whoever understands that, instead of enjoying those outside the material manifestations, they will take to the worship of the Lord. Buddha Bhava Samanvitaha. They are called Buddha Bhava. And material nature is only the ingredient, because actually the manifestation is caused by his energy. And the material energy is also his energy. There are so many energies. It is called Swabhaviki Jnana Balakriyacha. Parasa Sektir Vividaiva Shurete. Swabhaviki Jnana Balakriyacha. And many other Shaktis like Krupa Shakti, Bhautika Shakti, so many other energies. So sometimes one energy dominates other energies. But whenever the Yogamaya potency is working, then material energy does not come. Okay, so it is always having top priority. Again, there are so many other things as well. Krupa Shakti, when it comes, all opulent energies would also go down when the mercy of Krishna comes to the devotee. It takes high priority. Okay, so there we would see that one part of Damodara Leela, Krupa Shakti, is coming to Yashoda Rani from Krishna. Okay, so there are so many energies, but material energy is also one of Krishna's. This is Bhinna Prakriti. Bhumirapo nalo vayo kam mano buddhirevacha ahamkariti yemmi Bhinna Prakriti Ashtada. These 8 ingredients like earth, water, fire, wind, and space, plus mind, intelligence, and ego, these 8 are called Bhinna Prakriti. The separated energy or metal energy. Okay, just as the combination of father and mother is the cause of childbirth, so the combination of the material energy, and the glands of Supreme Personality of Godhead is the cause of the manifestation of the material world. Dhaivat Kshipri Dharminyam Swasyam Yonah Parhuman Adatya Vidyam Sasota Mahatattvam Hiranmayam. Kapil Bhagavan already explained that one in the 26th chapter. So there, by Lord, like a husband and wife, Striyaha Pravishtabadharam Pumsaharetha Kanasriyaha. If childbirth takes place when the soul takes the shelter of the semen of your husband, entering into the womb of the mother. At the time, later child takes birth from the womb after a couple of months, 9 months or so. But in similar way, Dhaivat Chupita Dharminyam, and by the glands of the Lord, Dhaivat Chubita Dharminyam Swasyam Yona Parahapuman, not ordinary Puman, Parahapuman, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Adatta Viryam Sasota, Adatta, he injects the Viryam Sasota, Mahatattvam Hiranmayam. That Virya is the semen of Personality of Godhead, injects into the Mahatattva, that is Hiranmayam. Mahatattvam Hiranmayam. So that is how this manifestation and Mahatattva, whenever the Lord injects his potency there, and then 3 material modes of nature he exhibited through the ahankara, through the false ego. So, and from the unmanifested state is called pradhana, manifested state is called prakriti. And prakriti, how it comes, like from the Mahatattva, this ahankara exhibited through goodness, passion, and ignorance. From mode of goodness, this mind gets generated, demigods get generated, and from mode of the passion, all the indriyas, karnendriyas, jnanendriyas, and all those senses get generated along with their knowledge. And from the mode of ignorance, the sound gets generated. The sound, and then where the gradually starting from the sound, and then Panchabhutas like the sky, and then corresponding the sense, which that sense it will be coming from the mode of passion. But however, they all be manifested. Tanmatras and Panchabhutas from the mode of ignorance, like a sound and sky. Later on, the sense of touch and the air. So this is how gradually up to the nose and the earth they get manifested. 3 material modes. That is entirely starting from by the glands of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Adatta Viryam Sasota Mahatattvam Hiranmayam. From the Mahatattva, everything will be exhibited. Okay, so the efficient cause is therefore not matter, but the Lord himself. Okay, likewise, here Kapil Bhagavan is describing. So they will enter into the abode of the Lord by Surya Dvarene Teyanti Purusham Vishuto Mukham Paravaresham Prakritim Asyotpati Antabhavanam. Asyotpati Antabhavanam. Okay, that is from that shloka. Again, Krishna and Yanti Deva. Can anyone say that shloka? Can anyone say that Yanti Deva? One who worship the demigods, they go to the demigod planet, and who worship Pitru Yanti Pitrajaha, Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja, Madhyajinopimam. Can anyone say that shloka? Okay, can I request anyone to recite that shloka, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yanti Deva Vrata Devan Pitrun Yanti Pitru Vratan Vrataha Bhutani Yanti Bhutejya Yanti mam yajino api mam. Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful. Would you like to read the translation as well, Mataji?
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, this is, but who is worshipping the Supreme Lord? They are on the top level. Na pasyami param bhutam akattuhu samadarshanath. Again in the 29th chapter, Kapil Bhagavan says, he is on the top. Na pasyami param bhutam akattuhu samadarshanath. There is no one equal to the person who is in Krishna consciousness. That is the topmost devotee. Okay, again, there is very beautiful hierarchy of consciousness. There are 31 levels of consciousness. It goes starting from inanimate and animate, that is differentiation. Starting from there, going to become the direct servant of Krishna, Radha and Krishna. So many levels are there in between. Okay, so here, Suryadhvarena te yanti purusham vishvatomukam. Okay, so that is from this shloka. And then further moving to the next shloka where Kapil Bhagavan describes that, and who worship the Lord in the form of Hiranyagarbha, and they will stay in this material world or in the abode of Lord Brahma or within this material world until Lord Brahma lives. Once Brahma dies, this universe also will get dissoluted. After that, they will go back to Godhead. Okay, likewise, Kapil Bhagavan says in the 8th shloka, Diparartha avasane yaha pralayo brahmanastu te tavad adhyasate lokam parasya parachintakaha. Diparartha avasane yaha, the two pararthas. Diparartha avasane, at the end of two pararthas, yaha, which pralayo brahmanastu te, pralaya, the death of Lord Brahma. Pralayo brahmanastute tavad adhyasite lokam, until that point. Tavad, so long, adhyasite, they dwell lokam, in this planet or in this universe. Adhyasite lokam, or in the Brahma's planet. Parasya parchintakaha, of the supreme thinking of the supreme personality of Godhead. Okay, living in the Brahma loka, but still they are thinking of supreme personality of Godhead. Okay, like Brahma only. Who are all the residents of the Brahma planet, they live like around two parardhas. One parardha. So at the moment, Brahma is in the second parardha. He is already over 50 years. He is now in the second parardha. Of course, he is in his day itself. 1,000 Mahayugas are 1,000 yugas are there. 1,000 yugas are one Mahayuga. That is one. And one Mahayuga contains four. This is Satyuga and Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. That is Chaturyuga. One Chaturyuga, likewise, 1,000 yugas are there in one day of Brahma. That is 1,000 yugas are spread across I think 14 manus. And each manvantara contains 71 yuga cycles. So likewise, Brahma lives for 100 of his years. So at the moment, he is now in the second Dviparardha. So Dviparardha avasaneyaha pralayo brahmanastute tavad adhyasite lokam parasya parachintakaha. Worshippers of the Hiranyagarbha, expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, remain within this material world until the end of two parardhas, when Lord Brahma also dies. Okay, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request in devotee to read this purport, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Yeah, I can read. Which paragraph, Prabhuji? First or second?
I think one is small. You can read both, Prabhuji, please.
Sure, yeah. One dissolution is at the end of Brahma's day, and one is at the end of Brahma's life. The Brahma dies at the end of two parardhas, at which time the entire material universe is dissolved. Persons who are worshippers of Hiranyagarbha, the plenary expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, do not directly approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Vaikuntha. They remain within this universe on Satyaloka or other higher planets until the end of the life of Brahma. Then, with Brahma, they are elevated to the spiritual kingdom. The words Parasya Parachintakaha mean always thinking of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or being always Krishna conscious. When we speak of Krishna, this refers to the complete category of Vishnu Tattva. Krishna includes the three Purusha incarnations, namely Mahavishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, and Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, as well as the incarnations taken together. This is confirmed in the Brahma Samhita. Ramadi Murtishu Kalaniyamena Tishtan. Lord Krishna is perpetually situated with his many expansions such as Rama, Narasimha, Vamana, Madhusudana, Vishnu, and Narayana. He exists with all his plenary portions and the portions of his plenary portions, and each of them is as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The words Parasya Parachintakaha mean those who are fully Krishna conscious. Such persons enter directly into the kingdom of God, the Vaikuntha planets, or if they are worshippers of the plenary portion Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, they remain within this universe until its dissolution, and after that they enter. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So I think some may be having some questions. What is Hiranyagarbha? Something like that. And why, of course, wherever Lord is there, that is Vaikuntha. And here, even within this universe, there is a Dhruvaloka where Kshirodakashayi Vishnu resides. So Dhruva planet is nearer to Kshirodakashayi or Milk Ocean, where Kshirodakashayi Vishnu resides, who is the super soul of all the living entities. And Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, he stays in the bottom of the Garbhodaka ocean, from whose navel this lotus flower comes, and the Lord Brahma emanates from that lotus flower. So there is one of the outside of this universe, from Mahavishnu, he creates Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, three of them. They are called prototype Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Prototype Brahma, he is called Hiranyagarbha Brahma. And there is a Vishnu, again he is the Vishnu is Vishnu only, so he is a prototype Vishnu, prototype Lord Shiva. Those three personalities inject their potencies into each Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara of every universe. So there, the first Brahma created by Mahavishnu, he is called Hiranyagarbha Brahma. In the Brahma Samhita, it is described. Let me just share that. In the Hiranyagarbha Brahma, this is mentioned here. Yes, Hiranyagarbha Brahma. This is Vamanad Asriyat Vishnum Dakshinangat Prajapatim Jyotirlingam Mayum Shambhum Kotyadesha Davasrujat. So the same Mahavishnu created Vishnu from his left limb, Brahma, the first progenitor of beings, and from his right limb, and from the space between his two eyebrows, Shambhu, the divine masculine manifested halo. So Brahma, Vishnu, these are created by Mahavishnu. And here, this Mahavishnu, it is like the seminal principle or the portion of the Supreme Lord. So these purports are given by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami and Jiva Goswami. They're a bit high level. Our other purports we easily understand, but here, okay, let us go and see. Here it is mentioned, the same Hiranyagarbha is the principle of seminal creating energy of every Brahma belonging to each of the infinite of universes. This is Hiranyagarbha Brahma. Okay, this Hiranyagarbha Brahma is outside of all other universes. He is created by Mahavishnu. Now coming back to our shloka. So here, and Lord expands himself and enter into each and every universe. This is Dvitiyam tu Tvanda Samsitam. His second Vishnu, he is like Jagurhe Paurusham Rupam Bhagavan Mahadadibihi Sambhotam Sodasakalam Adu Lokasisrukshaya. This is Mahavishnu. Jagurhe Paurusham Rupam Bhagavan Mahadadibihi Sambhotam Sodasakalam Adu Lokasisrukshaya. He creates the 16 principles of the creation. After that, he enters into every universe as the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, from whose navel Lord Brahma emanates. So here, this Brahma is also called Atma Yonihi. Atma Yonihi, who has emanated from the navel of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And whoever is worshipping Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, they will stay within this universe as long as this universe exists. And they will stay within this universe only. And then once this universe gets dissolved, they will enter into the Vaikuntha planet. Vaikuntha planets are in the Brahma Jyoti. Okay, let us see the purport. The one dissolution is at the end of Brahma day, and one is at the end of Brahma's life. And Brahma dies at the end of 2 Parardas. That is, Brahma's lifespan is 311 trillion years. At which time, entire material universe is dissolved. Persons who are worshippers of Hiranyagarbha, the plenary expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, do not directly approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Vaikuntha. They remain within this universe on Satyaloka, that is Brahmaloka, or other higher planets until the end of the life of Brahma. Then, with Brahma, they are elevated to the spiritual kingdom. So, who are the worshippers of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu? They also accompany Lord Brahma to go to the spiritual world, to Vaikuntha Lokas. And Parasya Parachintakaha, in the next paragraph, always thinking of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or being always Krishna consciousness. When we speak of Krishna, this refers to the complete category of Vishnu Tattva. And Parasya Parachintakaha, Param Brahma, Parandhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam, Divyam, Adidevam, Ajam Vibhum, Arjuna's prayers. And here, Parachintakaha, whoever is Tasma Sarveshu Kaleshu Mamanusmaridhyacha. And who, as Krishna, one should always remember me. So here, who are always thinking of Supreme Personality of Godhead, but their lifespan is as good as Lord Brahma, they would stay in the Brahmaloka. And they who are worshippers of this Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So Krishna includes the 3 Purusha incarnations, namely Mahavishnu, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu, as well as all the incarnations taken together. When Lord appears, Krishna appears, Lord Balarama, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, the Chaturvyuha also comes, and all the demigods also takes birth to assist the Lord in the pastimes. All incarnations taken together. And also similarly, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, Nityananda Prabhu, and all the further expansions, they're also accompanying the Lord Advaita Prabhu. They all accompany along with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So again, Prabhupada mentions it is confirmed from the Ramadi Murtishu Kala Nemena Tishtan Nanavataram Akarod Bhoneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhat Paramahapumanyo Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajam. All these are all many expansions, such as Raman, Nrsimha, Vamana, Madhusudana, are all his expansions and plenary expansions. Kala Nemen Distan. So these are Yete Chamsha Kalaha Pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. And Sutta Goswami says, after explaining so many Leela Avataras, these are all Yetecha Amsha Kalaha. And here within this universe, all the All the incarnations in this universe comes from Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu within this universe. Ado Grihitam Avatara Shadaika Bijam Yenna Vipadma Bhavanad Ahamavirasam. Lord Brahma in his prayer says that Ado Grihitam Avatara Shataika Bijam. My dear Lord, you have taken this form, which is source of all other incarnations within this universe. Ado Grihitam Avatara Shataika Bijam. Yanna Vipadma Bhavanad Ahamavirasam. I have emanated from your lotus flower, which has emanated from your navel. Yanna Vipadma Bhavanad. Likewise, he mentions there. So, when Krishna comes from the Goloka Vrindavana, all these expansions and plenary expansions, they accompany the Lord. They accompany the Lord. And whenever Krishna was coming from Vrindavana to Madura, so during that time, there is a very beautiful pastime of Akrura taking Krishna. At that time, Krishna and Balaram, they will do Sandhya Vandana. So at the time, our Acharya says that Vrindavana Krishna stayed there, and Vasudeva Krishna, he went along with Akrura to the Madura further to carry out those pastimes. So this is exactly said in the Sri Brahma Vaivarta Mahapurana, where Krishna gives these instructions or information about Krishna's appearance to all Brahma and all demigods, that I'm going to appear in the Vrindavana. At the same time, the Narayana is also going to appear, and he will go to the Dwaraka, and then he perform those pastimes. I will be staying in the Vrindavana. Okay, likewise, Krishna also mentions to Brahma, when all Brahma and demigods, they go to Krishna there in the Goloka Vrindavan. Okay, that comes as the emergence of Krishna before Krishna's appearance in the Brahma Vaivarta Purana. So, and when Krishna, he exists with all his plenary portions and the portions of his plenary portions, and each of them is as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because they are acting like on behalf of the Lord. They're all equally empowered. The words Parasya Parachintakaha means those who are fully Krishna consciousness. Who are fully Krishna. This is Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Matihi. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Matihi. This is Krishna consciousness, as Prabhupada has mentioned. So today is incorporation of ISKCON in 1966. So there, Prabhupada, the word Krishna consciousness or Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Matihi, it comes from the Srila Rupa Goswami's, this I think Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. This word is mentioned. So this is how one is always absorbed in Krishna consciousness, who is remembering Krishna without deviation. And such persons enter directly into the kingdom of God and the Vaikuntha planets. Or if they are worshippers of the plenary portion of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, they remain within this universe until its dissolution. And after that, they enter. So this is from this purport here. Dhiparadhavasane pralayo brahmanastute tavad adhyasite lokam parasya parachintakaha. After that, they will go to so we have got Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu forms like in the Shriranga Kshetra and Padmanabha Swami Alayam. These are all Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And in the UK, there we see in the Birmingham temple, we would see in the outside there is a pond, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu form, and from whose navel Lord Brahma, so that deity was there. Okay, so that is Garbhodaka Sai. Who worships Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, they remain within this universe until its dissolution, and after that they enter into Vaikuntha planets. So Madhyajinopimam, when Krishna says Madhyajinopimam, one would enter into Krishna planet who always think of Krishna. That's why Prabhupada always says, you always think of Vibhaja Rupa of Krishna, no? Likewise. Okay, so that is Venum Kwanantam Arvinda Dalayitaksham Barhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Okay, that Govinda, one has to remember that Govinda. Okay, so that Krishna always suggests that one, that form, one two-handed form of Krishna. It is very rare, even though everyone wanted Nityam Darshanam Kamchina. All demigods, they all wanted to see the two-handed form of the Lord. Okay, so whoever is remembering, thinking of Krishna, they will go to Goloka. Okay, there I stop. Again, there are few in the Brahma's prayers. He also mentions some. I think let me just one of the statement Brahma in the 10th canto, 14th chapter. Brahma's prayers. I think the very beautiful shloka he has mentioned. Let me just. Okay, but anyway, so I think there is a very beautiful praise. The one of the statements I just don't recognize, don't remember, recall it immediately, but it is one of the Brahma's prayers as well, about the spiritual, about how he goes, one goes there, about abode of the Lord. Okay, I stop there. I request dear devotees, if you have got any questions there and any comments, any reflections, kindly ask or kindly reflect. Hare Krishna. Okay, we got Alex Prabhu. There is question. Do we have Alex Prabhuji here?
Oh,
Mataji?
just a second. I've
Yes,
lost everything. Okay. It was just Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you for it's a complex subject. This it says the material energy is also his energy.
Yes,
The efficient cause, therefore, is not matter, but the Lord Himself.
yes.
What does it mean, the efficient cause? Because matter is energy anyway, isn't it?
Matter is, it is just like a, now I have got, for example, this is house is a matter, I'm a soul. I can compare like I'm a soul. This house and everything, kitchen, everything is like a matter.
But
Likewise,
that's energy, isn't it? It's all energy. It's not.
that
It's
is,
all energy.
yes, that is also material energy.
Mm.
That is
So
also.
the efficient cause. What does it mean? The efficient cause is his material energy. Is that right?
So Krishna is a spiritual energy. So there are three energies. One is Vishnu Shakti Paraprokta Kshetrajna Tata Para Avidya Karma Sanyaya Trutiya Shakti Rishyate. One is the spiritual energy, which is completely spirit. They're all called living entities in the spiritual world. They are called Aksharas, who never fall down. They're all with full of knowledge and bliss and happiness. They stay with the Lord. They're all spiritual. But in the material means, this is a bhumi rapo analo vayu hukam mano buddhir ahankara. This earth, water, fire, and wind, and then space, the sky. And plus, these are the five gross elements, and then mind, intelligence, and ego, three subtle elements. These are all called material energy. Binna prakriti, separated energy of the Lord. That is also Lord energy, but it is separate energy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. and then, okay, thank you.
In the Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned like the seventh chapter. Apareyam mitaspanyam vidhime prakritim param. I think 8th shloka comes here. Apareyam mitaspanyam vidhime param prakritim. Apareyam. So here it says, Apareyam itastvanyam prakritim viddhime param jeva bhota mahabaho yedam dharite jagat. Besides this, O mighty Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. Material nature is inferior. Living entities belongs to superior nature.
Could I just one more question? Where does it say that in the texts that that the God energy, the material, his material energy, is when he glances at it, it becomes this type of energy, matter. Where does it say that? Do you know in the texts?
Here, bhinna prakriti ashtada. They're all ashtada. Ahankar itiyam me, it is my bhinna prakriti, my separated energies, material energies.
I mean, where does it say that the personality of Godhead glances at the material, his material energy, and it then becomes...
That one comes from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 26, 17, 25, 26 here. Here it is described. Okay, so here it once glance, this is the okay, his adatta viryam sasa prakriti. This is okay, so here Devat Chupita Dharminyam Swasyam Yonaha Parahapuman Adatta Viryam Saswata Mahatattvam Hiranmayam. So here, after the Supreme Personality of Godhead impregnates material nature with his internal potency, material nature delivers the sum total of cosmic intelligence, which is known as Hiranmaya. This takes place in the material nature when she is agitated by the destinations of the conditioned souls. So if it is like a Lord injects his semen. This is virium, the semen that is his internal potency, all the living entities.
Takes place in material. Okay, thank you very much.
So in the latest slokas, there is a glance, the exact word is used. It is said, by the glance of the Supreme Lord, the total material energy is impregnated and then everything is born of material nature.
Yeah, and material nature is a female?
Yes, Prakriti, yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. I'm just putting a sticker in. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hitesh Prabhuji.
I just wanted to query that it states in here about those who pray to Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and it's kind of the first time I heard it, and I didn't know who actually prays to Garbhodaksha Krishna as opposed to Krishna.
So Garbhodaksha.
Yeah, carry on, please.
Yeah, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. So after these 14 planets are get created, and our Acharya says that he goes back to Brahmaloka where he resides in the cosmic. There is a very beautiful video. Let me just share that video as well. Universal. Let me just that. So here, in this one, Temple of Vedic Planetarium. Okay, let me just say something is coming. Okay, so here, let me just. Okay, I'll just do.
Residences of the Lord, such as Lord Varaha, Vamana, and so on. He's Brahmaloka, and on Brahmaloka, we also have a form of the Lord Garbhodakshaya Vishnu as the Sahasrashesha Purush.
Okay, so this is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu as the Sahasrashesha Purusha. He resides in the Brahmaloka. And the worshippers, so here it comes, this Temple of Vedic Planetarium, Cosmic Chandelier, at 409, the video. So this is, it is described in the Bhagavatam also. It describes that once Lord has created this universe, and then he would go back to Brahmaloka and resides there as a Sahasrashesha Purusha.
Right. So, so Brahma emanates from the lotus, which stems from the navel of Garbhodaksha. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. But here, the way it's depicted is obviously Brahma is obviously been created, but he's sitting on the edge and he's not emanating from the stem, the lotus stem.
Yes, so here, so in this picture, this is after he has emanated from the lotus flower, and then just to show that Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, his expansion as the Sahasrashesha Purusha, he would reside in the Brahmaloka.
Right. And does Brahma then pray to Garbhodakshaya Vishnu when there is a need, when all the demigods come to Brahma, say, give us some help, and then he says, okay, we have to go to Vishnu, and is it Garbhodakshaya Vishnu who then says, I'll take the incarnation? Or have I got that kind of confused? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. So here, the Lord resides there as a Sahasrashesha Purusha, but I think that form may not be accessible easily for everyone. Like, for example, we have got so many dhamas in this world as well, in India, so many dhamas, lots, different temples. So in this similar way, there is also Sahasrashesha Purusha available for Brahma and the residents of Brahmaloka. Because that is
Okay. Sure. So it's not us on this material earthly planet generally pray to Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. It's that the people, those in the heavenly planets, tend to pray there. Yes, is that my more of a correct understanding?
Yes, Prabhuji. They also pray there, and people who are worshipping from earthly planet as well, they will go to where Hiranyagarbha or Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is there until Brahma lives in the Brahmaloka until end of the dissolution of this universe.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. That's a little clearer. I still need to put it together. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Even I had this kind of questions when I was hearing first time. Why would the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu should be in the waters, bottom of it, and then Brahma is saying why when he comes as the, so here it is later I understand that as a Sahasrashesha Purusha, his expansion. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is not visible to the Brahma also, but his expansion as a Sahasrashesha Purusha in this, here it is mentioned.
And on Brahmaloka, we also have a form of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu as the Sahasrashesha Purush. Beyond seven elements of the universe, earth, water, fire, etc. And outside of the universe is the abode of Lord Shiva, Shiva Loka.
Okay, so that is what Brahma is also here and from the novel of Garbhodaksa Vishnu, just for indication.
Okay, so when the lotus appears, Brahma is obviously born of the lotus, and then from there he resides elsewhere, or as it was shown in the image earlier.
Yeah, so here, just to distinguish Garbhodaksa Vishnu, just Brahma's picture is put over there.
Right, yeah, that's the one I'm familiar with. Yeah, okay, that's helpful. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, Louis Mataji. Jai Mata. Jai Mata.
Yes, no, it was just one small question that Brahmaloka would be in material universe, wouldn't it?
Yes, correct.
So, but then Garbhodaksha Vishnu, who is the Supreme Lord, why would he be in material universe?
Garbhodaksha Vishnu.
I know he's an he's an expansion, isn't he? The Purusha avatar. But then I thought because he's why would he be in the material universe rather than the spiritual?
Yes, Mataji. So Garbhodaksha Vishnu, by his presence there in the Bhagavatam, it is mentioned, Nivita Mamnaya Madhurata Shriya Swakiti Maya Vanamalaya Harim Suryendavayagni Agamam Tidamabihi Parikramat Pradhanikaihi Durasadam. So this sun and moon, they do not enter into the region of where Garbhodaksa resides in the Garbhodaka ocean. Garbhodaka ocean is not visible. Within that ocean, Earth is floating. On top of this Earth or Bhumandala, all the 7 planetary systems and oceans exist. And these are different oceans. We do not have access to Garbhodaka ocean. So Lord resides in the Garbhodaka waters. But because of his presence, this from his novel, Yatratmayo Nidishna Kilaloka Padmam. Dishana, all these 14 plant systems exist in the stem of the lotus flower. Stem of the lotus flower, Brahma is in the top and Garbhodaksa Vishnu is the bottom of the universe. And there, Chaturyuganam cha sahasramapsu swapan swaya udiditaya swasekya kalakyasita karmatantro lokan apitan dadrushe swadehe. So there it is mentioned dadrushe swadehe. Here it is mentioned like a Chaturyuganam cha sahasramapsu. Lord lay down. You would like to read this, Mataji, please? This translation.
The Lord lay down for 1,000 cycles of 4 yugas in his internal potency, and by his external energy he appeared to be sleeping within the water. When the living entities were coming out for further development of their fruitive activities, actuated by the energy called Kala Shakti, he saw his transcendental body as bluish.
So here in this one, maybe you can read purport as well, Mataji, please.
In the Vishnu Purana, Kala Shakti is mentioned as avidya. The symptom of the influence of the Kala Shakti is that one has to work in the material world for fruitive results. The fruitive workers are described in Bhagavad Gita as mudhas or foolish. Such foolish living entities are very enthusiastic to work for some temporary benefit within perpetual bondage. One thinks himself very clever throughout his life if he is able to leave behind him a great asset of wealth for his children. And to achieve this temporary benefit, he takes the risk of all sinful activities without knowledge that such activities will keep him perpetually bound by the shackles of material bondage. Due to this polluted mentality and due to material sins, the aggregate combination of living entities appear to be bluish. Such an impetus of activity for fruitive result is made possible by the dictation of the external energy of the Lord, Kala. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. So all these living entities, they are existing in the body of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So, and in the after 1000 yuga cycles, they gradually come out from the lotus flower. This is Kala Kya Karma Tantro. After 1000 yuga cycles, this is Kala Kya Asadita Karma. When the time comes, they will come through the lotus flower. And because of their sinful tendency, Lokan Apitan, they are all appearing to like a bluish color. Dadrushe Swadehe. This one, it will give so many other questions. It's very beautiful. It connects to so many other things as well. But here, because of his presence, all the living entities are Savaikilayam Purushaha Puratanu. There in the Bhagavatam, it is described. What is that one? All the Anyonyamasi Sanjalpa Uttama Shloka Chetasam Kavarvendra Purastrinam Kavarvendra. They are speaking Sarvasati Manoharaha. Sarvasruti Manoharaha. So it is described like Savai Kilayam, Purushaha Puratano. पुरुषः पुरातनो एकासीत् अविशेषात्मनि अग्रे गुणेभ्यो जगदात्मनेश्वरे निमिलितास्मन् निशिषुप्तशक्तिषु. So those women are glorifying Krishna. He is the original personality of Godhead, as we definitely remember him. He alone existed before the manifested creation of the modes of nature, and in him only, because he is Supreme Lord, all living beings merge, as if sleeping at night, their energy suspended. Nishishupta Siktishu. And then the next one, I just only read the translation. So again, desiring to give names and forms to his parts and parcels, the living entities placed them under the guidance of material nature by his own potency. Material nature is empowered to recreate. When after 1000 yoga cycles, and then the nighttime also comes, again next day also, this living comes back again. They're awakened for Kala Kyadita Karma Tantra to engage in the fruitive activities. So, why Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu lives in this material world means because of his presence. This universe is living. Universe is like a living egg, Brahmandam, because of his presence. If Lord is not there, this universe will get dissolved. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, this is not small question, but lots of things will come. But yeah, for the time being, that is the answer. There are so much of thing to explain, Mataji. Okay, any other questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. One more just clarification. Mahavishnu is in the part of the material creation. Because when Mahavishnu breathes, multiple universes come out from his breath.
Yes.
When he, so Mahavishnu is part of the material creation. Is that correct?
Not in this universe, but he's outside all other universes.
Yes, he's outside all the multiple universes, but he himself is still material. Is that correct?
He is not material, but his existence is for the cause of material cosmic manifestation. He is not material, he is completely spiritual, but his existence is the cause for material creation. This Vishnu Sutrini Rupani. Would you like to read this, Prabhuji, this shloka and then the translation?
Hare Krishna, yes. Vishnu tu trini rupani purushakya anto vitu ekam tu mahataha rashtra dvitvam pa andashmati hitam trityam sarva bhuta statum tani jnavimkyute. For material creation, Lord Krishna's plenary expansion assumes three Vishnus. The first one, Mahavishnu, creates the total material energy known as the Mahatattva. The second, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, enters into all the universes to create diversities in each of them. The third, Shirashaya Vishnu, is diffused as the all-pervading supersoul in all universes and is known as Paramatma. He is present in even within the atoms. Anyone who knows these three Vishnus can be liberated from material entanglement. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yes. Okay. These are the three Vishnus. Okay. This kind of makes it clearer. I very much appreciate Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. And again in the Brahma Samhita, Yah Karnana Vijale Bajrisma Yoga Nidra Mananta Jagadanda Saroma Kopaha Adhara Shaktim Avalambya Param Sumurtim Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Yesek Nisvasita Kala Matavalambya Jivanti Loma Vilaja Jagadanda Nadaha Vishnur Mahan Saiha Yasya Kala Vishesho Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Brahma in his prayers, so many of universes are coming from his the sweating holes of his body. And that for him, within the Yeseka Nispasita Kala Matavalambya Jivanti Loma Vilaja Jagadandanadaha. So many of Brahmas and the universes will be dissolved in a breath of time. But that Vishnur Mahan Saiha Yasya Kala Vishesho, that Mahavishnu is one expansion of Krishna. That is Atava Bahunaitena Kim Jnatena Tavajna Vishtabhyaham Vidham Krishnam Ekamshena Sthito Jagat. What to speak of all my glories, O Arjuna? Just by one expansion, everything, all this cosmic manifestation gets created, maintained, and destroyed by my one Amsha. That is Krishna. So again, Karnadak Sai Vishnu, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, Kirudak Sai Vishnu, they are somewhere directly or indirectly for cause for this material creation. But whereas Krishna, Natasya Karyam Karanam Chavidyate, he does not have any duty for himself. Name karma palespraha. Namam karmani limpanti, name karma palespraha. He does not have anything to do it. That's why he's always having flute in his hand and enjoys. Okay, that
Hare
is
Krishna.
the personality of Godhead.
Yeah, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, Liz Mataji, hand raised, and then Pati Mataji.
Quick question.
Yes,
So,
Mataji.
Krishna graced us with his presence 5,000 years ago. Is that
Yes.
right? Roughly, más o menos?
Yes, in this universe, for our
in
knowledge,
this universe.
yes.
So, people before his arrival,
Yes.
they could not reach Godhead.
He is always in the Golok Vrindavana, but Lord Krishna comes once in Brahma's day into one universe.
Okay.
Only once. He will not come again and again. Even in the Vedas also, we would see Vishnu's name most of the time. But Krishna's name, we would see in the Bhagavatam and Brahma Vivata Mahapurana and so many other Puranas. But Krishna is always Goloka Eva Nivasiti Akilatma Bhuto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajam. He is always in the Goloka Vrindavan. And when
So
he comes
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay. Continue.
Yes, Mataji.
Oh no, I was waiting for you. Okay. So before Krishna came, how could people reach Godhead?
Tad Vishnoho Paramam Padam Sada Pasyanti Surayaha Diviva Chakshuradatam. The Vishnu form is there. 400
Okay,
form of the Lord.
in the Vishnu form, you have to wait. Is that right? They remain within the universe on other higher planets or something? Do not.
So the Vishnu or Narayana form in this material world, it is also mentioned in the Vedas. Tad Vishnu, in the Rig Veda it is described. And also in the Purusha Sukta, Lakshmi Patnyo, the husband of goddess of fortune. So that is also mentioned in the Purushokta. In another shloka, there is Tad Vishnu Ho Paramam Padam. One has to go back to Godhead, Vishnu Padam. Out of Vishnu Padam means Goloka is also Vishnu Padam, but where Krishna's form is the two-handed form. That is also Vaikuntha, but that is topmost. Golokadamni Nijdamni Talejitasya Devi Mahesha Haridamanu Teshu Teshu. This is topmost of all other planets. First, Devi Dharma is our universe, on top of it is the Shiva Dharma, after that Haridharma, on top of that Goloka Dharma. Goloka is topmost.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mataji. Pati Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sorry about that. I just lost my connection for a while. Just in, I think you answered this question anyway, just in relation to that material energy question. I just remember reading somewhere that although surrounded by material energy, Maya, Garbhodakshai, Vishnu, he always remains completely untouched and unaffected by it. So I think you'd answered that question. So I was just kind of going to give that. That what I'd read somewhere, that his status is always transcendental.
Yes,
Hare
always
Krishna.
transcendental. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. In the Brahma's prayers, in the first shloka, I think 3-9 shloka, so he glorifies. 3-9 there. The first shloka is that ज्ञातोऽसि मेज्यसुचिरा ननुदेहभाजं न ज्ञायते भगवतो गतिरिज्झवध्यं नान्यत्वदस्ति भगवन्नपि तन्न शुद्धं माया गुणव्यतिकराद् यद्गुरुर्विभासि. Brahma pray to Garbhodakshai Vishnu. So he is beyond everything. It's just a glimpse, Mataji. Hitesh Prabhuji, you got...
Yes, sorry. I just wanted to just expand on Louise Mataji's query. Is that this Hare Krishna Mahamantra was inaugurated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 odd years ago. Now, Krishna obviously appeared 5,000 plus years ago, that we understand, in this earthly planet, in this universe, and prior to Krishna appearing, and by us doing our Sankirtan, we can potentially return back to Vrindavan Goloka in the spiritual realm. Prior to this, in the previous yugas, and prior to Krishna appearing, there were different austerities that were done in order to return to Vrindavan Goloka. Is that correct? Like the penances, fire sacrifice in one and deity worship in the other, and such that. But the result, and those yugas were the same as us doing the Mahamantra in this yuga.
Yes, in the Satya Yuga, they used to do tapasya. And then in the Treta Yuga, they used to perform yajnas. In the Dwapara Yuga, they used to perform Vigraharadhana. In the age of Kali, we perform Sankirtana Yajna.
Sure. And the results of all these penances and yagnas in the previous yugas is the same as us doing the Sankirtana. The outcome, if we do it correctly, I guess.
Yes,
but in those yugas, they didn't use Krishna; they used Vishnu to denote Krishna.
Yes.
Sure. And from what I understand, Krishna is equivalent to 3 names of Ram, and 1 name of Ram is like 1,000 names of Vishnu, something to that effect.
Yes.
So the potency of the Mahamantra is in Kali Yuga is very good for us. Hare Krishna. Okay, yes, that's kind of clarified what I understood. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Yeah, there is in this picture, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it is taking us out of this universe, entering into the Vaikuntha planets, but still that mantra is not stopped. So still taking further topmost Vaikuntha planet, that is Goloka Vrindavan, to lotus feet of Krishna. And many people who are born in these previous ages, they were also desiring to take birth in this age of Kali, because in this shloka in the 11th canto, I think 43 or 44, because very easily people will get the liberation, go back to Godhead. Ketana Deva Krishna se mukta sangha param raje. So there it is mentioned. So it is mentioned that they all desire to take birth here in this age of Kali. I think it is 43 or 43 shloka, I think. Can anyone remember that which shloka it says that one? Gayatri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, sorry. Which shloka Prabhuji?
In the 11th canto, there is a 5th chapter where people of Satyuga, Dwapar Yuga, they desire to take birth in the age of Kali so that they glorify the Lord and go back to Godhead very easily.
Yes, Prabhuji, that is in, I think it's in 5th canto where 5:35, I think, Prabhuji, if I'm remembering properly.
Okay, yeah.
5:35, I think.
Tamravani. So here it is mentioned. Okay, yes. My dear king, would you like to read this translation, Mataji?
Sure, Prabhuji. My dear king, the inhabitants of Satya Yuga and other ages eagerly desire to take birth in this age of Kali, since in this age there will be many devotees of the Supreme Lord Narayana. These devotees will appear in various places, but will be especially numerous in South India. O Master of Men, in the age of Kali, those persons who drink the waters of the holy rivers of Dravida Desha, such as the Tamrapani, Krittamala, Payaswini, the extremely pious Kaveri, and the Pratichi Mahanadi, will almost all be pure-hearted devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, that is Prabhuji. So Kali Yuga is most fortunate. People who are in this age and plus in Krishna consciousness, they're the topmost.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, so we are at 40 past. So dear devotees, if you are happy, we shall conclude for today and see you in the later sessions next Friday. Okay, we shall conclude for now. Thank you so much. Okay, this is our Golok Vrindavana, our desiring and destination. Let us with Krishna. Okay, we shall conclude. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva patitanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
vaishnavebhyo
namo namah. Ananta
Ananta
Koti
Ananta
Vaishnava.
Koti Vaishnava
Arinda ki
Jai
jai.
Srila Prabhupada
Prabhupada ki jai.
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 Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Three loud Hari Bols to Amogha Prabhuji.
Hari bol.
Everybody.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hari
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 Bol.
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 Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hari Bol to all day devotees. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for that excellent class.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.